Hello everybody, and welcome back. Mr. Obviously Insane here. So yeah, lost Rico. This will probably be the final episode at the time of this recording. It is May 20th, so just before the university's DLC drop. Now the question was asked, what kind of idiot plays with no money on, or the no money cheat, or, you know, infinite money, or, you know, whatever the sarcastic comment was. Well, we wanted to see just how much debt we could put the city in, but I wasn't really too worried about that. I just wanted to build with, you know, no worries about money. But we'll see just how stable the city actually was throughout that entire time. We'll go ahead and unpause it here momentarily and see, but I really wasn't worried about making money. I was more worried about when we did unpause it, would we make money? But through most of the streams, I think we were actually doing pretty good. So that initial 2 mil that we were in debt, yeah, look at that. We're not in debt, so I'm happy. The city's looking great. This spaghetti worked out pretty well, I'd say. You could maybe add some trees and do some landscaping and stuff like that, but I think for the most part, not sure what the update is going to do that's coming with the DLC in terms of the mods that we used for the series, but it might be a while. We might pick this back up. We'll have to see sort of how that plays out, but I did manage to get this done before any updates changed anything, so what we're gonna do is probably just run through and watch our traffic flow. Right now I think we're seeing just how stable the city will be. It's on 3 times, and we'll see just how close to that 30,000 mark we can actually stick to, and do we make money or do we lose money? We'll find out in, well, probably about 15-20 minutes or so, but we'll try doing a little tour of the city, getting a little bit of perspective on, you know, how things look. Maybe where we could probably add in some, like I said, some landscaping and things like that if we do decide to pick the project back up. And yeah, because we could definitely fill in that corner there, get a few more, I don't know, maybe houses. I think that's like a shopping district over there, so I am really happy with how the trains are flowing, though. We didn't get the rest of the factories in, but that's gonna be fun, and this didn't turn out too bad, so highway connection looks great. Connection in the city there too. Not too bad. Over the bridge. We'll have to do something with that opera house maybe, but like I said, I'm not too sure if the update's going to break things, which probably will, but I don't know for how long or if I'll be able to use this again. But the next series that we'll probably try doing, which is probably a good time for it, would be a vanilla series. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick up universities right away. I've had a lot of other stuff going on, and probably going to be doing some Imperator Rome stuff. Been looking at it, we'll see how that goes, but I think we're about to switch into the overhead free view there through the city here right away, so we'll I was watching that semi-truck. Some of the vehicles just look strange when they're moving so fast, but yeah, there we go. Show some of the neighborhoods. the different lane usages. I think that stuff really kind of worked out not too bad. I do find it funny how some vehicles overlap on their deliveries, but not really much we can do about that. I still do love the farm right in the middle of the city. If we even want to really call it city. That was part of the challenge as well. I wanted to see just how much of the industry we could kind of get in with keeping the pollution, obviously, that kind of stuff. Keeping an eye on that and the noise, but I wanted to integrate it as much as I possibly could, just to kind of see what kind of traffic issues I might have and things like that, which the traffic, I believe, is mid-80s, so not too shabby. I do like watching them use all the lanes, though. That is quite enjoyable sometimes. Which is part and parcel why I use so many lanes. I know some people hate the big roads, but once the city really gets going, like right now it's only the 30k, right? But once it gets going, those more lanes will become a better use, I think. And it'd be easier than trying to do upgrade a 2-lane into a 6 later on down the road, so... But I do like using the single lanes in residential. Seems to work out just fine. Yeah, we might need to do something with probably some trees along the highway, I think. Wouldn't hurt too much. There's another little view. I believe that is the Roxy Sinster Highway, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I did like how those windmills sort of turned out. Sort of the dividing factor between the mining on the right and then the mixing with the forestry just on the other side. And of course the mining slightly creeps into the residential over there, which is kind of nice. And yeah, having the trees from this side, sorry, it doesn't look too bad. It's kind of interesting. I do like that tunnel though. Now, yeah, that one's that's the Imperial Jedi tunnel. Do appreciate all his support with this series as well. If you have not checked out his short project with the Universities DLC, I suggest you go over onto YouTube and check that out. I think he was just supposed to showcase the university, but of course, you know, Jedi had to go well above and beyond. I think he built a whole city for the time lapse, so it's actually pretty cool. It's about a 2-and-a-bit-minute video. I'll probably put a link in the description below. It was pretty good. And I do like the solar energy that we did incorporate. And then the train, as we seen earlier, or was it in my head? We may see that if we haven't already. But I had a lot of fun laying the train lines for Lost Rico. It was a bit of a challenge. Could probably fix that highway there. The curve wasn't the best, but it was part of its charm, putting it in back in the when we first started. Because I wasn't really too sure how that mining industry was going to kind of work out, and I'm kind of happy with it. I didn't want it to be too big, but of course we still had to get it to the 5 stars, which we did, and that is always fun. Looking forward to the university. It's more or less going to be like the same thing, paint a district. So that should be interesting with the buildings that they'll be letting us put in that. I haven't really looked at it too much, but and there's what the spaghetti end up looking like. It's not too bad. We still don't have all of the factories in, as I was saying, so those lines will actually probably get a little bit more if we don't lose this save file. But like I said, the next challenge will probably be vanilla. It's good time with the new DLC coming out and everything mod-wise having to catch up, so I think this will be a good time to do kind of like a vanilla series. Haven't done one in a while. Should be interesting. Let me know what kind of map maybe you guys want to see for that. I'm not sure when we'll get to that, but because I am recording this just before the release of the University's DLC. It probably won't be out for, well, probably won't be out a week after or so. I'm still uploading the rest of the streams for this, but I am quite happy with how everything has sort of turned out, and if we were to continue, I don't really think we'd have much of a problem. I love the panoramic, oh, it's not really panoramic, but cinematic view of the poo. You gotta love the poo. Nice sort of cramped little district looking areas. Got the toll booth. The bridge over the train, that was so much fun to do. And then adding the rocks. My big roads. These are like my main thorough roads, I guess you'd call them. This area was kind of fun to do. It's still sort of in development, right? But we're thinking about doing a few different layers there and incorporating in some more trains. That was really the only way we could tie the line in around the city for sort of like a loop. Trains aren't doing too bad right now. They basically just go station to station. It's kind of like a temporary. Eventually, once you have everything sort of figured out where you want it, you could probably do maybe one giant line that stops all the way. But for now, this works. It kind of gets people around, and it does take traffic off the road. Because I think, like I said, I think we're doing anywhere between what 82 and 85 right now, probably. So traffic's not too bad. It's always a challenge, but it's just the interesting dynamic. Farm, sporting area, and that roundabout. We gotta put something in the middle of that roundabout, I think. Because I do like the varied height aspect to the city. It does look... I think it looks nice. Not really sure what we're going to do with that pond. We had a few ideas, but we'll see how the update goes for the education, which we were playing with. I think what they said they were going to do is make like some magic happen and have it where just the well-educated will no longer care what the basic job description is. If there's a job available, they'll take it. Poof. So as long as it gets a balance in the industries overall in general, you don't have to worry about the uneducated jobs, then I think the playability and the amount of income that you can really start to make, which isn't too bad now. I mean, I think at the start it said we were making like 64,000. I don't know if that's an actual the actual running time average, but you can do okay. As long as the sporting team wins too, you get a nice bonus to the economy, and they are, I think, adding some more sports teams, so that's going to be some fun there. I don't want to get too much into it. Let you guys kind of explore it on your own. I wasn't given any early access or anything like that this time, but maybe one day, we'll see. I was given the early access to Imperial Rome, so that's probably why we'll be working on that coming up, but really sort of happy how the above ground aspect of the trains sort of kind of tied in. I did really want to have some of that, not just everything at ground level. So why is there a car hauling a trailer? And a sports car nonetheless. Like, some of those I just really wonder sometimes. it's not too bad of a slowdown either into town. So I do like that. Recycle Man doing his thing. Nice. And like I said, I do like to see all the lanes being used. That's great. Means they have places to go. And they're not all just running in one lane. Oh, did I forget to do that parking lot? Alright. Well, that's fine. There we go. Yeah, it's a nice little train line underneath the solar. Okay, so maybe it was my head. That just looks great. And then I am happy with how the metro turned out. The metro in this game is literally one of the best transports. Hands down. If you put that in, if you want to call it a strategic position, like if you put it down properly, you can have thousands of people rolling through that thing, and that is less traffic on your streets. That park didn't turn out too bad. Nice little bit of incorporation with the Parks Life DLC and actual parks. Nice to get that train coming in there. A little bit more of a close-up on where we had started with earlier. So, yeah, I think we'll be getting to the traffic here right away. I think it's after this. Really happy with how, like I said, the above stuff. Like, we probably could do... It's mostly just landscaping that I'm seeing so far. Ooh, helicopter. The city, I think, looks really good. I'm happy with how it sort of turned out. And, you know, for a bustling 30k populace, it's not too bad. Hopefully we'll be able to continue, like I said, but I am looking forward to the vanilla challenge and seeing just what we can do with that. Obviously no unlimited money, so we'll be getting some achievements, which would be nice. I haven't really done an achievement run for this in a while, so it'd be nice to maybe pick up some. Yeah, how long has it been? Jeez, I think... Oh, probably since I got the new computer. I don't think I've actually played a vanilla series Skylines city, so that should be interesting. Kind of looking forward to it. Bit of a change. And yeah, this is where it would be nice to see the trains kind of running back and forth, but it is nice to see that they're not really getting held up too long, and there is the flowability of that. So. The hustle and bustle, of Las Rico. Must have a fire somewhere, because those helicopters are just going off like crazy. Deliveries being made. People going about their business. But it's nice to see all the lanes being used. And here we go with the traffic. Yeah, 84. I think we end up hitting about an 85 here, but I'm probably gonna go ahead and wrap things up with a final little run through town, and probably finish up with just kind of like an overview of where we left off in the warehouse district, I guess we could sort of call it, where we had started to kind of put in the warehouses for all of our different industry areas and their resources that would go in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the expo center, right? It's just a cool looking building. And it's nice to see cycling and walking. Or is that person... I thought that person was on a bike, but then when they turned, they were walking. That was weird. Interesting note, though. The regular walking path will allow people to bike on it. The bike path, if you just use that specifically, will only allow people to bike. So, it is better to kind of use the first one, and then that gives either access to your sim as to what they might want to do, bike or walk. But I'm seeing a lot of I'm seeing a lot of walking. I wonder if we didn't do the encourage policy for that. But oh, I think I'm stuck here. Yep. Give me. Hold on a second. There we go. Yep. That was weird. Sometimes it. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Sometimes it gets stuck. Apologize for that, guys. But a bit of an overview here, like I said, of the. We'll call it the warehouse district, because that's probably what we would do. But we ended with about an 83 and just over 2,000 people using the stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.